My crazy mother-in-law tried to sabotage my wedding, and it backfired. So, I married the love of my life, Ryan, about a year ago. We were so excited for our big day. Everything was planned: venue, flowers, food, the works. But there was one person who absolutely did not want this wedding to happen: my mother-in-law, Sharon. From the moment we got engaged, Sharon was, well, let's say, overly involved. She would call every day, give unsolicited advice, and even try to dictate what colors I should choose for the wedding. I thought it was a phase, but it kept escalating. She even had the nerve to say, "I just don't think you're the one for my son." I was stunned. But here's where it gets really insane. A few weeks before the wedding, Ryan and I were going over final details when we got an email from Sharon. The subject line? "My gift to you, a wedding surprise." We were curious, but as soon as we opened it, I couldn't believe what I was reading. She had booked a second wedding venue, on the same day, just a few miles away, and invited all of our guests to her alternative wedding for her son and her dream wedding. She claimed that it was tradition in her family for the mother of the groom to host a wedding of her own before the bride's ceremony, and if we didn't want that, we could just call it off. I was livid. It was clear Sharon thought she could control everything. I called her up, and she had the audacity to say, "Don't worry, dear. I've already made all the arrangements. You can just wear a white dress, too. We'll have a nice little family ceremony, and then you can have your reception later." I was in shock. How dare she think she could take over our wedding? Ryan was equally stunned and tried to reason with her, but she wouldn't back down. So, here's the plot twist. I decided to play along. I went to the alternative wedding location on the day of the big event, in full wedding attire, with my bridal party in tow. Sharon greeted me at the door, clearly expecting me to be overwhelmed by the surprise, but I had other plans. I had the caterer bring in our original wedding cake to her venue and set it up in front of her guests. Then I had a live band set up, and instead of quietly walking in, I announced loudly, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my wedding, not hers." Sharon was furious, but the best part was when Ryan showed up at the same time, on my side, not hers. He had no idea I was going to crash her party like that. He walked in, grabbed my hand, and said, "This is the woman I'm marrying." Sharon stood there, seething, as everyone laughed at the absurdity of it all. We went straight from her venue to ours, and it was a blast. Sharon tried to cause drama during the reception, but she was quickly escorted out by security when she tried to make a scene. In the end, I married Ryan, our guests had a blast. And Sharon? Well, she didn't speak to us for months, but it was totally worth it. I took my wedding back, and I never let anyone try to take that day from me again.